Good morning, everybody. This is Aman. Welcome back to our channel, Aman's Dream USA. So, if you are new to my channel, let me tell you, my name is Aman Olan. I'm a student in USA. I'm from India, and I make videos to educate students about how they can come to USA. And I try to guide students from point A to point Z, how they can do all the process and how to make all this process easy for you. And if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. So the more people will join our YouTube family, the more knowledge we will be able to spread to those students who really need this information. And I also make fun vlogs, travel videos that you can also watch those videos on my channel. Let's start this video. As many of you guys already know that what this video is going to be about, because I got lots of messages on Instagram, Facebook, students asking me to make videos about the questions that are being asked during the student visa interview and how you can answer them. So I hope this video will be helpful to you. So without wasting time, let's start this video. So everybody has to go through the interview when if they want to come to USA. Every other person who is in USA, they all have to go to the interview. So do not be nervous about it. Just be ready for it, prepare for it, and you'll be good to go. So let's start this video. So when you go for a student visa interview, they ask questions to you based on these 5 categories. I will break down these categories and then I will talk about each category and what kind of questions they can ask you about those each category. So those 5 categories. The first category is study plans. Second is university choice. Third category is academics. Fourth category is financial status. Fifth and the last category is your postgraduate plans. So let's talk about the first category, study plans. So based on the first category, study plans, what the question that you can get asked is why you want to go to USA, why you do not want to study in your own country. So for that question, you have to tell why you are not studying in your country, what is special about USA that you want to go study there. You can answer it like this, like USA focuses more on the practical knowledge, and practical knowledge is very important for your career. And you can also say that USA is a very diversified country. People come here from very different backgrounds, so you will be able uh, to experience all those different diversities. And the third is that it's an English speaking country, and you can come here to all, and you can also speak and you can also practice your English language here. And other reasons could be that the degree that you get in USA is recognizable throughout the world. So if you have a degree from USA, you can go to any country in the world and you can come back to your own country and you can easily get a good job. So that's how you can answer that question. Second question comes from that category is why not your home country? And this answer is also going to be very similar to why USA. You can say that the degree from USA is more recognizable and more valuable, and companies usually pay higher and easily hire those people who have degrees from USA. Another question is going to be, what are you going to study? So when they ask you what are you going to study, just answer in one simple sentence. Don't make up a whole paragraph. If they ask, for example, what are you going to study? If you are going to study software engineering, just say software engineering. And then they will ask you why you want to study this. So then you have to answer them why you want to study, what made you decide that this is what you want to do in your life. So for example, I was in the medical field, so they asked me why you want to go in this field. I told them I like helping people. This is all what I always wanted to do, and this career is in very demand, and I can easily get good jobs when I graduate with my degree. And I told a few more points that I liked about my degree, so you can also put more points about your degree, why you were doing it. Maybe you were a child and you always wanted to do this degree, or maybe you're somebody in your family did that degree, and maybe your father did that and you want to support him in his business, and that's why you're doing this degree. Or you can say that this degree will give a boost to your career if you are going for masters or any other doctoral degree. Another question that can come is, have you been to USA before? So if you have been to USA before, you should give the true answer, because this is what you should, this is what they expect you to do. Give a truth answer. Do not lie. If you've been to USA, tell them for how long, when, where. They will ask, then answer. If they don't ask, then don't try to overwhelm the officer with a lot of answers. Just remember this, only say what they ask you. Don't say what you think that you should say. Only say what they are asking you. Don't give them whole paragraphs for a one simple word answer, because that frustrates them, that annoys them, that makes them think that you are trying really hard to convince them. It means your intentions are fishy. You might not want to come back, or you might not going there to study. It could be anything. So give only short and precise answers, because they do not have all day. They also have other students or other people waiting in the line. They don't want to listen to your whole paragraphs. Okay. Another question that could come is, why did you choose this university, or which university did you choose? So usually students apply to more than one university. Like usually students apply to like 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, sometimes 10 universities, but they choose only one university to go to. So they will ask you, how many universities did you apply to, and answer that this is how many universities I applied to, and why did you choose this university, why not others. Then you have to tell certain points, certain good points about your university. Yes, you will need, my friend, to tell some good points about your university. Okay. They will also ask you how many universities you applied to and how many rejected you. Suppose you applied to 10 and 5 rejected you, then tell them 5 rejected me, 5 applied, 5 accepted me. And then it comes to why you chose this university. Then you explain why you chose this university, like good things about the university's ranking, university's reputation, university's student to faculty ratio, because student to faculty ratio is a big thing, because you do not want one teacher and like 200 students in one class. Then you are not able to communicate with the teacher that well, can understand that. So that's a good point if you have a low student faculty ratio. And also talk about the other achievements and other things. Like for example, mine, I was going in the medical field, so I told them like this university is #1 in this field in the whole state, and I like the weather of that place where I'm going, because it kind of matches with my country, so I will not have any problem adjusting with the weather. And I said this university also offers a different clinical sites, so I will get to experience different hospitals and I will get more training. This university also has a 100% placement rate, which means people who graduate from that university with this program, it's very certain that they get the job. So it makes it clear that when you go, or when anyone else goes back to their country, they can easily get a job. So those kinds of points you can talk about, those kind of points, like, and you can also say that this university is famous for this course that I'm going for. So example, you're going for MBA, then you can say this university is very famous for this course. Another category comes academics. They can ask your academics, your test scores. For example, they can ask your TOEFL score, IELTS score, or your high school diploma score if you're going for bachelor's, or GRE score, your SAT scores. And please carry a copy of your test scores with you when you go to the interview. Backlogs, they don't usually ask backlogs. They just care about how much GPA you had for your degree. So if you had backlogs, do not worry that much about backlogs. That what if they ask me how many backlogs I had? They don't usually worry about it. And they can also ask if you worked before. They can ask you where did you work, how many years did you work, if you have any gap during this time. And if you have any gap years, then you can say what you did during those gap years. And you have to prove them that during that gap time you were not free, you were not just sitting home you can tell them this is what I was doing, this is the certificate I was working for, or this is the place I was working for to get more experience in my field. So that's a good way to answer that question. If you have gap years, what did you do during your gap years? Another category is that comes, and it's the most important category. If you do not qualify in this category, then the chances of you for getting visa is very, very low. This category is about sponsoring your education, financial status. In this category, they can ask you who is sponsoring your education. If you are sponsoring your education, or your parents are sponsoring your education, or somebody else or in sponsoring your education, they can ask questions about that. When they ask you who is sponsoring your education, then just tell the name of the person and your relationship. That's it. Don't say anything else. Don't try to make it a paragraph. I say again, don't make it a paragraph. Just answer in simple words and precise answers. And then they might ask you what do they do, what is their occupation. Then you explain what they do, and for how long they've been doing it, if they ask. And they might ask how much is their annual income, how much is their ITR. You can explain that also. And be confident when you explain. Don't look anywhere else. Look in their eyes and explain that to them when you're looking in their eyes. Because if you're avoiding eye contact, this means you are hiding something, or you're trying to make up stuff in your mind. You're trying to make up things. So don't do that. I have made a separate video about 15 mistakes that people make when they go for the US visa interview. You can also go and search for that in my videos. You can easily find that and try not to make those mistakes. Another question they can ask you is, how many siblings do you have? How many brothers, sisters do you have? And are they younger than you or older than you? Because they ask that question because if somebody is of your own age, then, and your parents are not making enough money, or your sponsor is not making enough money, then they will also have to sponsor them and then sponsor you, which makes it hard for them to sponsor both of them, which makes your case weak. And so expect that question also. You can get asked how many brothers, sisters you have and who is supporting them. So those were some important categories about your financial status. And if you received any scholarship or tuition fee, you can also include that in your answers. Like, this is how much funds we have this much fund in the account, and this is how much loan we got approved for. Also talk about the loan, about the cash that you have in account, and about any scholarship that you got, and any other FDs or any other bank deposits that you have. You can explain about those. And if you have any other income from agriculture land, or if you're from any other asset, you can explain that. And last question, and the most important question that comes, is what are your plans after you finish your education? That question, you should work on that a lot. Not a lot, just make a smart and precise and concise answer. Do not make a big paragraph. Make it smart, concise, brief answer. Tell your plans. Don't just say that I will come back to my country and then work. That's not enough. Make it more interesting. I can give you some tips. You can say that after finishing a degree, this hospital or this company has already told me that they can easily hire me when I come back to my country with this degree. And so that is my plan. Or you can say, after finishing my degree, I'm coming to help my father with his business because he's getting old, or because of any other reason. You can say that. And you can also say, after finishing my degree, I'm planning on starting my own business in my country, and I have already talked to my business partners who will be working with me, and they are here already working on the project, and I'm going to get that degree, and I will come back and I will join them with their project again, which will give a boost to our project. So you can answer like that, and just give honest answers, true answers. Don't make up stuff. Another question that comes is, do you have any family or relatives in USA? Any relative in USA? So if you have any family or relatives in USA, then let them know, explain them who is in USA, and if they already know, they already have everything in the system, so don't try to hide it. If any close family member of you lives in USA, then they probably already have that information and they're just asking you to confirm. So be honest about it. If you have any more questions, I always talk to people on Instagram. There is like hundreds of people who text me and ask their questions. You can do the same thing. I will leave the username on the screen. You can come and talk to me on Instagram anytime, and I'll be more than happy to help you with this. And I hope you get your visa and you get that quality education that every student deserves. And this is it. Let me know in the comments if you have any more questions or any concerns, and what do you think about this video. And I usually keep making videos like this, so I think if you like this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel and like this video, share this video, so other students who need this video, they can also watch this video. Share it, subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments what you think, and let me know in the comments what country you are from, and I will make sure I reply to it. If you have watched this video until here, then let me know in the comments what you think about this video, and make sure you give this video a subscribe. I have helped a lot of students with their process, and when you come on my Instagram, you can see, you can also interact with those students. I always post their stories when they get the visa on Instagram, so you can also text them about how their interview went. So that's really helpful. Link in the description. That's it. This is it. I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye. Good luck.